Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva has expressed his desire to engage in discussions regarding potential modifications to the United Nations Security Council in collaboration with U.S. President Joe Biden. Lula, who has been a long-standing advocate for the inclusion of Brazil and other nations as permanent members of the Council, is anticipated to meet with Biden during the upcoming UN General Assembly scheduled for the following month in New York. During a recent summit of the BRICS group in South Africa, Lula, a leftist leader, urged fellow BRICS countries, namely China and Russia, to lend their support to the idea of additional countries obtaining permanent membership in the Council. Lula's stance centers on the belief that the Security Council should mirror the present global geopolitical realities rather than those of the 1940s. He suggests that nations like Brazil, India, Germany, Japan, and South Africa should be granted permanent membership. The recent 15th BRICS Summit's final declaration has backed a reform of the UN Security Council in a manner that enhances its effectiveness and efficiency. This statement explicitly supports the aspirations of Brazil, India, and South Africa to assume more prominent roles within the UNSC. According to the joint statement issued by the member countries, the objective is to comprehensively overhaul the UN and its Security Council. This entails fostering a more democratic, representative, effective, and efficient structure that better includes developing countries. The statement underscores the importance of enabling the Security Council to adequately address prevailing global challenges and support the legitimate aspirations of emerging and developing countries, including Brazil, India, and South Africa, in international affairs. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi also advocated for UNSC reforms, emphasizing the need for timely implementation and changes in various multilateral institutions. Chinese leader Xi Jinping echoed support for elevating the role of developing countries in global governance, aiming for enhanced representation and influence. United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres, during his participation in the BRICS summit, voiced his endorsement of calls for the reform of the UNSC, citing the necessity for contemporary global governance structures. Guterres emphasized that current international institutions were largely devised after World War II, a period when many African countries remained under colonial rule, thereby necessitating reforms to align with today's universal realities. Lula's aspiration to discuss Security Council changes with Biden aligns with his persistent advocacy for expanding representation to reflect present global dynamics. Remember to subscribe.